How do I install S.T.A.L.K.E.R? So that was a question that I was recently asked under the S.T.A.L.K.E.R short video, and I uploaded it on TikTok too, and there came the same questions. So basically I thought, okay, let's do a tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how you can install S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and I will go through the different steps. For YouTube I will make timestamps. It's a bit more difficult for TikTok, but I will use title cards, so you can simply skip through the video to these sections that you find the most interesting, or basically you knew how to install it and want a few performance tips or how to update the game. You can simply go further, look for the title card and play it from there. So for YouTube, timestamps; for TikTok, title cards. Alright. And we start with joining the S.T.A.L.K.E.R Discord, which is right here. And if you join the Discord, you find a tab, how to install it. And here's a detailed explanation. And I will follow this explanation, but I will shove it to the side so you can just focus on your desktop and do it basically yourself. Alright, that's it. Let's start, and hopefully at the end of this video the game works for you and you can enjoy playing the game. Alright, so let's start. So what you need is, you need at least 16 gigabytes for S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly, and you need 100 plus gigabytes for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. That's it. Installing the game on an SSD, I personally will install it on an M2 SSD, is highly recommended. And yeah, you have to make sure that the HDD or SSD you install it on don't have any problems. So what you need is 7-zip or WinRAR, should be fine too. And basically, to begin with, you need to create 2 different folders. So you go into your preferred SSD or HDD and create 2 different folders. The first folder you name S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly, sorry. And the second one you call Gamma. Alright, so one folder will contain the anomaly and the other will contain the gamma. Do not, and that is very important, do not place these 2 folders into your C directory. So anywhere near programs or programs x86, don't place them there because it will probably not work. Place them in a different folder, make different folders and place them there, and you should be alright. Okay. Alright, so now you have made these 2 folders. You need to make an exception in the Windows Defender. I know, sounds sketchy, but I can assure you the game doesn't have any viruses or some kind of things. And I tested it myself. It's completely safe. I knew that these kind of steps might be a bit confusing for new users, or you think, what am I downloading here? But trust me on this one. If it's not alright with you, you can say it's okay. You can just install the S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly mod and you're totally fine. You don't need it for the step. But if you say, nah, I want to play Gamma, you have to do this step. Alright, so for me it's in German, but basically you have to go into your Windows Defender and here under settings for virus stuff, you can go into the settings, scroll down, and it should be here. Exceptions. You basically can make an exception for a whole folder, and just go in here. It says, right? And oh, I had exceptions here because I deinstalled it and installed it again, but I will erase them too. Folder, and now we navigate to the folder anomaly. Choose the folder. Now the second folder, go there again, and choose the G.A.M.M.A folder. So now you have added these two as exceptions, so they won't get flagged or anything. Okay, now we can close it, and we proceed. Now it's important because now we install Stalker Anomaly first. Do not use an already installed or modded anomaly. You need a complete clean anomaly folder. So the official link to the mod is on ModDB. This is the site of the mod for the anomaly mod. You can simply scroll down here and click on this Download Now button. It will send you to this side. You see download 9.07 gigabytes. Show this, a bit of ads, no. And the download should start automatically. It started automatically. And we see each other when the game is downloaded. Alright. Okay, now while the Stalker Anomaly mod is still downloading, you can download the Stalker G.A.M.M.A launcher too, or the G.A.M.M.A client basically. You have to choose from two different links. The one is from Pixel Drain, the second one is from Mediafire. And be prepared that Pixel Drain and I believe Mediafire too have a download limit. So what this says basically right here at the bottom, download limit used, 700 kilobit of 6 gigabytes. So it will download at your normal speed, but when you reach these 6 gigabytes, it will slow down. Same goes for Mediafire. It's not a problem, download will still proceed, but it will be really, really slow. And that is, for me personally, it wasn't an issue because basically I did some chores around the house while downloading it. And but if it's a problem for you, on the Stalker G.A.M.M.A Discord server, there are two optional mirror files, mirror links, where you can download the game. And but it worked for me. If you want to use different mirrors, then use the other links. So I highly recommend visiting the Discord because I will only cover these two links. Alright, now we're finished. Everything should be downloaded and your downloads folder should look like this. Basically, you should have the G.A.M.M.A RC3 and Anomaly and the downloads folder. The downloads folder, it's also linked in the Discord. I come to that later. And if you have troubles installing some mods or you get issues with the mirror links, there is a G.A.M.M.A launcher you can download, but I will come to this in a few minutes. Alright. Now we basically need to extract this folder. So it's a type WinRAR. It gets shown as WinRAR, but we extract it with 7-zip. So don't get confused by these icons, they look a bit weird. And the contents of this package needs to go into your anomaly folder. the contents of this package needs to go into your G.A.M.M.A folder. Alright, I'm on Windows 11, so right click, show more options, and there should be the 7-zip option. And basically what you do now, so using 7-zip, extract anomaly into your anomaly folder you created in the previous section. You can extract these files by right-clicking the file, 7-zip, and extract files. Then this window will pop up. Now in here, it's important that we choose the right path. So click on that, the 3 dots, and this PC, and I have it on volume T, the anomaly folder, and OK. It's important that you don't tick this box. Don't tick it. Just leave it like this. And the rest should be, so it's if it looks like this for you, it's alright. Then everything will work. And basically press OK. It will extract the contents of the folder into your made anomaly folder. And yes, we see each other when it's done. Alright, so you extracted it, and it should be now in your anomaly folder. What you do now is you launch anomaly. This window should pop up. Don't change any setting, just click Play Stalker Anomaly till it goes to the main starting screen. Alright, and exit to Windows again. So the anomaly part is done. Now we go to the G.A.M.M.A part. We have the G.A.M.M.A RC3 folder. Again, right click, more options, 7-zip, unpack, and search for it. G.A.M.M.A, OK. Again, make sure that this box is unchecked and press OK. And we see each other in a few minutes when it's done. Alright, so it's unpacked successfully. Going to the G.A.M.M.A, see many different things. Go back, and now we extract the downloads folder. And the downloads folder, again, right click 7-zip, unpack, and it goes into the G.A.M.M.A folder too. So G.A.M.M.A, and stay at the main G.A.M.M.A folder. That's important. Don't go into any of these. Main G.A.M.M.A folder. Press OK. Make sure box is unchecked. Press OK. Alright. Alright. So now we're done, and the downloads folder is unpacked into the G.A.M.M.A folder too. We have to do the last step. So go inside the G.A.M.M.A folder, Grox Modpack installer. We see that there's the G.A.M.M.A launcher. So what we do now is we take the G.A.M.M.A launcher folder we downloaded too and put it in here. If it's in here, right click, more options, 7-zip, and we go to extract here. Now it will say that we should replace a few files. Click yes, or yes for all. And it's done. Alright, so this is the folder, and this is the launcher. So go to the launcher, double click, it will show up, launch as admin, press OK, this should pop up. And now you're greeted with this window. And what you do now is you have different options on the left side, and you click the first install initialization button, the top one, the green one. Press it, and now it runs. It will pop this window up. Can't open instance, portable, and that's alright because now it's working. Press OK, and you're greeted with this window. Now you go and basically browse. Go to the folder where Anomaly is and basically choose this folder. The selected profile default does not exist. The profile G.A.M.M.A will be used instead. That's alright. Press OK. Starting mod organizer for the first time. You need to show a tutorial. No. How to mod this game. Press OK. It should open up this one, but you can close it. Alright, connected to Nexus, you can automatically import, do nothing. So, this window will pop up, showing 0 mods, just an anomaly thing, but everything is alright. Now exit it, and basically exit this too, and launch the launcher again. So, now we're back in the STALKER G.A.M.M.A launcher. You can simply press install/update G.A.M.M.A. Make sure that these check marks are all checked. That's important. And now it will go on and download files and update them, or basically install them for the first time. And this will take a lot of time. Basically, you download 100 plus gigabytes of mods. So if you have a bad internet connection, it will really take a long time. I believe for me personally, it took around 10 to 15 minutes. And it will install them. So download them, install them. You see here updating files. And when it's done, at the bottom there is the total progress bar. It should be green. At the end, completely green. And when it's done, we see each other again. And then I show you the last steps to finally play STALKER G.A.M.M.A. Alright, so the installation is done. You see add-on status up to date. This says still update available, but it's at the newest version. Down here, total progress, the green bar is here, and all you have to do now is simply press play. So now STALKER Anomaly Mod Organizer 2 should pop up, and here you can press run, and it will launch the STALKER Anomaly game, and press play. And you knew from previously how the menu looked like when you launched STALKER Anomaly. It will look different now. So basically this is the menu now. Sound is a bit loud in my opinion, but alright. So this is the game. This is how it looks like, and we installed STALKER G.A.M.M.A correctly, and yes, basically that's it. That was the installation tutorial. Now we proceed with how you can optimize the game and a bit of troubleshooting. So if you want to know these kind of things, stay with me, and if you just wanted to install the game, that's alright too. Now you have it, now you can play it, enjoy the game, and I see you in the performance section. Okay, so this is the part where we go about the optimization and issues that could come up if you start the game. So basically first I will cover how you can adjust a few settings that probably give you a bit more FPS. So you have these two icons on your desktop, you should have these two. The first one is the G.A.M.M.A launcher. I will come to this later again. And the second one is basically the game. So now you start the game. And you will see that this window will pop up. Here it says Anomaly Launcher. Just go to Run. And in this menu, this is the launch menu for S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly, because G.A.M.M.A is a mod for Anomaly, you know. And basically, the first thing you can do right here in the menu is that you could lower the shadow map size. I have it on 2048, but you could probably turn it down to 1536, or if your system is a bit more beefy, you can go even higher. But 2048 does the job for me, in my opinion. And you can tick this box for the debug mode. It's a bit helpful if you get stuck in the game, or if you lose an item, or you just want to cheat, of course. But I always have debug mode on, because why not? Maybe one day you will need it and you have it turned off. So yeah, just turn it on. Alright, then we will see each other in-game in a minute. So I can show you my settings and how I can get the most FPS out of the game. Alright, now we're in-game. I will show you a few settings. I lowered the volume because it was the sound because it was too loud, but you can keep this at a middle rate, 0.5. That should be okay. Let's go to the visual tab, and here we have many different options to choose from, and the preferred ones I use is of course DirectX 11 in this tab. So basically, if you have hardware similar to mine, I believe you can just go into the game and basically copy all the settings I have. So these are my settings. The FOV is at 85, but personally I like a FOV of 100 or 90, but sometimes if I record something, a FOV of 85 does the job. But you can keep this value at your preferred FOV, of course. For screen mode, I use borderless. Many report that the full screen mode gives you a bit more stable FPS, but personally I can't assure you this, because for me it's basically it's the same. It doesn't matter if I use full screen or borderless. And and now we can go to the advanced tab, and yeah, stalkers use headlights, headlamps. It's basically if you see stalkers in the distance and they have headlamps, it adds to the immersion of the game. So why turn it off? And for the rendering distance, I use middle to high settings. So the world is it's about in the middle. static objects a bit far away, and distance shadow culling. It didn't affect that much of my FPS, to be honest. These settings are more interesting. Texture detail, object detail, texture, MIP bias, anisotropic filtering, and basically you can keep these on the highest settings. Of course, texture detail, if you have issues or a low-end PC, turn it down, and object detail also. But for my 4060 Ti, it's totally fine. And these two settings are the one, anti-aliasing and S.M.A.A, are the ones I had the most trouble with, basically. So what does these settings do? It basically, anti-aliasing and S.M.A.A are settings that sharpen the edges, but how these work is a bit different, like how they work in other games. So, for example, if you have these both turned on, like anti-aliasing, alright, you go with ×8, and S.M.A.A you go with very high. And you're in-game, you notice that, for me it was that my frames were locked at around 30 FPS. And I turned these settings down, I turned them off, and it didn't affect the FPS much, so they were still locked at 30. And basically what you have to do, that these settings work, is you have to close the game and start it up again. So it isn't, there isn't a notice anywhere here, and I had to figure this out by myself and searched in some forums. So if you turn this on and you want to that it takes effect in your game, you have to restart the game. But I can assure you that anti-aliasing is it completely drains your performance, at least in my case. And yeah, personally, if I want to record something beautiful, I either use a reshade, or I use S.M.A.A on medium, and it does the job, to be honest. And you can already also use a reshade. That's totally fine. Reshade has, I believe, the anti-aliasing option in it too. You can use that, and it works. Detail bump, steep parallax, and tessellation, I turned it off. And basically the grass setting is one that that drains your performance too. So if you have these grass settings at grass density at high, and yeah, it's basically it's with anti-aliasing and S.M.A.A the second factor that drains your performance. So I personally keep all these settings on low, but if you prefer going through steep grasses and want a bit more of a wilderness setting, you can turn these up to grass rendering distance 110 worked fine for me, and grass density I had a bit. So here I keep these slider at a fixation point to set the other settings. So from this point, I have the grass density. Like if it's aligned with this, just go 1, 2, 3 or 4 clicks further, and that's completely fine. And grass size, I wouldn't turn the grass size above 0.8 or 0.9, because basically you will not be able to see anything beyond this size. And the trick is that enemies can see through the grass, but you can't see through the grass. So you will be attacked by enemies and will be wondering, why do you get attacked? You can't see them, but they will see you all the time. So gameplay wise, I turn it all down. If I record something, I don't know, landscape shots or something like that, I turn it a bit up. In the lighting tab, there are the settings that make the most out of your environment. The lighting distance I keep at 0.5 because I think it's a good middle way. Shadow quality at 1. I want to full quality. Actor shadow isn't that necessary in my opinion, but you can turn it on if you prefer your actor to have a shadow. It only affects your character, so no, not the other characters or NPCs you will find in the game. Just a setting for your character. Background gloss factor, don't touch. Basically, I did what the game recommended. I didn't touch it. I left it at this value. Sun shadow turned on. It doesn't drain that much of performance. Sun shadow quality on high. Sun rays mode on volumetric, because I think that this is the most beautiful setting you can choose, but you can also choose a screen space or even both if your PC can handle it. Sun rays quality I set to high. Sun rays main intensity is 0.75. Sun rays base intensity on 0. SSAO mode. You can choose from different ones. I believe this is SSOO. Yes, sorry. I read it as an A. This is HBAO, and this should be HBAO plus. But the plus is missing. I would go with SSOO. Confused wording. And I will keep the quality at medium, and it does the job. It's looking alright. Volumetric light turned on. Effect soft water, why not? Soft particles, depth of field, and that's completely fine. Motion blur, I don't need motion blur, and I think it's a very unnecessary setting in wet surfaces. These won't affect your performance that much, or at least in my case, but of course these are settings now that I choose for my hardware. And if you have similar hardware, you can choose these settings, and if you have lower hardware, you can always lower these settings to probably 2 or 3 ticks. Alright. Now we'll go in-game and show you something more useful, or some settings that I personally found a bit more useful, and I looked a lot to find basically where I can change these settings, and I couldn't find any proper explanation tutorials. So we will see each other in-game in a minute. Alright, now we're in-game. Don't wonder, there's no sound because I turned it off, and that's basically how it looks. Not the best setting at the moment, to be honest, but it's alright. Okay, basically these are the weapons, and in some cases, now it's turned off. It's in the modded, no. Or was it? Wait a minute. It's in the mod configuration menu. I'm sorry. So basically, Alright, now we're in game, and this is an extreme example how your game could look like. So let me explain what is happening here. You see that your gun is basically real blurry, and if you shoot a bullet, for example, and you reload, it's okay, I don't have a Mac installed, my bad. But let's see if we have another weapon. Shoot a bullet, and basically now everything you saw that it has a depth of field effect. And I had that too, and I didn't want it. I wanted it to be that basically not all, my whole screen is blurry. And the answer to this question is really simple. You press Escape and you go down here in the mod configuration menu. I should be hit with the screen, and you scroll a bit down till you find SSS settings. Go onto it, and down here in these settings, in this tab, you see the weapons depth of field. And I turned it all on to show you how it looks. And basically what you can do is lower these values all to 0. And do it manually. Alright. Lower all these menus, and here you have depth of field when reloading. You can turn this off, and depth of field while using PDA. It's looking good, and it doesn't affect you this much using inventory. Alright, press apply. And now if you return to the game, you see it looks different. You don't have this this blurry field, this blurry depth of field around your gun, and it all shows very clearly. And even while reloading, it'll shoot a bit. Okay, I don't have a Mac, sadly, but during reloads it shouldn't be like this too. So that was the last helpful setting. I noticed the message demo down at the minimap. It's because I have the debug menu on, so don't worry, the demo icon will not be shown if you don't have things like God mode. I have God mode on at the moment to show you this, and I didn't want that I get killed while showing you this. So yeah. Alright, if you have any questions or if you need help with something, please let me know it in the comments. And I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you, and you can play S.T.A.L.K.E.R G.A.M.M.A now. And have a good time, stay healthy, and we will see each other in a future video. Alright, goodbye. Hello again. So that wasn't the end of the video, because last night something really cool happened and I wanted to record it for you too. So basically what happened was that the game got updated, and I had a confusing time how to update the game, and basically now you can show you how you can update it. So you have these two icons, G.A.M.M.A Launcher and G.A.M.M.A the game. We talked about the G.A.M.M.A game icon in the performance section. Now we launch the G.A.M.M.A Launcher. It will ask you for permissions because it runs as an admin. That's totally fine. And here basically you have the option to install /update G.A.M.M.A. And all you have to do if there is a new G.A.M.M.A update, you press this button basically, and it updates the game automatically. We can do that now. We press it. See, it's updating, it's receiving, and down here you can see the total progress. So that's basically all you have to do to update your game. You can check if there is a new version of the game, and you see here it's updating Stalker Gamma, updating Gamma large files, updating Gunslinger guns by the mod author, and some other things. So it runs automatically. You just have to wait till the total progress bar is at the end, and it should be totally fine. Alright, now it's time to say goodbye, and I hope you have a fun time playing Stalker Gamma, and we will see each other in a new video soon. Stay healthy, stay safe, and goodbye.